Hey, ladies. This is Adrienne. I'm doing something a little bit different because I was looking at this question in our discussion about developing interpersonal skills in your PLCs, and I started typing a response, and it started to get huge long. So I thought it might be faster and probably a little bit more effective if I made a little video about what I've used as a PLC leader to kind of help with some interpersonal skills. I'm not sure what kind of context you guys are coming from, but in my context, we are really at the beginning of our PLC development. Our school is not what I would call a learning community. Our teams are not what I would call learning teams. But we're getting there. We're at the beginning of the continuum, and we have a lot of people now that are starting to get it and starting to feel like they want to move ahead. And one of the ways that we're kind of helping develop the discussion so that they're more productive and focused is a thing called ORID. And I'm going to link to it here after the video so that you can see. But so this would be a guided discussion on guided reading and formative assessment. And this is a discussion that I actually just led on Monday, so this is pretty fresh. So ORID stands for objective, reflective, interpretive, and decisional. And the way that it works is that you write questions to kind of guide the discussion. And so for example, in your objective questions, I wanted it to just be very factual, like just boom, boom, boom. What does the book say? What does our practice profile say? What is our current practices? What are we using in the classrooms? Then for the reflective questions, you kind of get more into the touchy-feeliness, what changes you're comfortable with, what changes make you feel uncomfortable. And for those, for the reflective questions, I have the teachers write them down on a Post-it note. They're not allowed to say it out loud. And that is to keep them from venting or getting into a cycle of negativity. Or sometimes what I've found is that one person will say something negative, and then the rest of the team, all 12 people, will suddenly pile on and just start being super negative. And so I like this. They have to write it down because then it's written down and it's done. We don't discuss it anymore after that. And then with these interpretive questions, you kind of look at the objective and the reflective and interpret a little bit what you're looking at, and then you make a decision. So the ORID is the first step in how I've run the PLCs to kind of keep the conversation really focused. The other resource that I use is called thinking maps. Let's see, let me see if I can move this over at all. Okay, maybe not. Oops, that's really not what I wanted. Anyway, so a thinking map is just a mind map, and I use this one, the circle map, for defining pretty often. And so what I did was with my objective questions, I would put the word assessment in the middle, and then we defined it in the outer circle. So we had assessment written in this middle part, and then along the outside we said things like, according to research, assessment is this, 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 and this. Then I had another circle map that was according to our own beliefs and our own practices, what is assessment? And then we use this double bubble map, which is similar to like a Venn diagram, to compare those two answers. And then from that, we were able to build this multi-flow map, which I put student learning here in the middle and said, how do we feel that formative assessment affects student learning? And if we were to have student learning, how would that affect our summative assessments and our other goals and objectives? So using those kind of 4 different maps, it made our decision at the end of this discussion really easy, because we could see clearly, well, we need more training on formative assessment, because according to the research, formative assessment is really important and has a big effect on student learning. And it was pretty hard to ignore after we went through this entire conversation. So anyway, I just wanted to share those 2 resources with you if you are a PLC leader, for a way to keep your conversation just really tight and focused and productive. I really like the decisional part of it, because you don't ever leave a meeting. I used to just feel like we were being meetinged to death. Like I was in all these meetings, we spent a whole year talking about guided reading and didn't actually ever do anything. And as soon as we started doing this aura technique, every single meeting we left with some kind of a call to action. And so then when we had the next meeting, it was really easy to say, okay, so what did you guys find out? What did we learn? And what's our next steps? So anyway, I just thought that would be faster if I just gave you a synopsis rather than trying to, have 14 different links and 500 paragraphs for you to read through. So thank you.